Stop everything. You will not believe what just went down in the wild world of the Christies. Jackie Christie, yes, the queen of chaos from Basketball Wives, and her daughter have officially been sentenced. You heard that right. Sentenced. And the fallout? Oh, it's nothing short of catastrophic. How does a family go from red carpets and reality show fame to cold courtroom benches and prison bars? What dark secrets did Jackie and her daughter try so hard to bury, only to have them explode in their faces under the blinding lights of justice? Was it greed? Was it arrogance? Or was it just another episode in the never-ending circus of their dramatic lives? Sources are calling this the goodbye forever scandal. The internet is melting down. Fans are gasping, and even fellow reality stars are nervously clutching their pearls. Could this be the final curtain for the infamous Christie dynasty? Stay right here, because we're about to pull back the velvet curtain and give you the explosive details no one else has the guts to say. Buckle up. This is the ultimate fall from grace you never thought you'd witness. The entertainment world has seen scandals, betrayals, and outrageous courtroom dramas, but nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared us for this. The queen of reality TV chaos herself, Jackie Christie, and her daughter Shantel Christie have officially been sentenced. A dark chapter has closed on one of the most controversial families in pop culture history. You might be thinking, Jackie? Prison? How is that even possible? Well, buckle up, because the details of this explosive downfall will have you gasping at every turn. Jackie Christie, a longtime star of Basketball Wives, built her empire on loud arguments, explosive reunions, and a public persona that blended glamour with intimidation. But underneath the designer handbags and diamond-studded appearances, something sinister was brewing. Whispers of illegal activity surrounded Jackie for years. Fans speculated. Insiders hinted. The lavish lifestyle, private jets, luxury cars, multi-million-dollar properties, it was all too much, even for reality TV royalty. But Jackie laughed off the rumors, portraying herself as a strong, independent boss woman who had it all under control. Her daughter, Shantel Christie, followed closely behind, a beautiful young woman with her mother's confidence and a hunger for fame. Shantel had tried her hand at modeling, acting, and launching influencer brands. But what no one knew was that Shantel wasn't just living in her mother's shadow. She was deeply entangled in the family's darkest secrets. The unraveling began when a close family associate broke the silence. Known only as the Insider, they came forward with documents, screenshots, voice memos, and bank statements that would ultimately shatter the Christie brand forever. They thought they were untouchable, the Insider confessed. They used fake charities, shell companies, and even Doug Christie's old business ventures as fronts for massive fraud. They thought no one would catch them. They were wrong. Doug Christie, Jackie's husband and former NBA player, was reportedly unaware of the full extent of the criminal activity, but even he couldn't stop what came next. The Department of Justice launched a full-scale investigation. It started with tax fraud suspicions, but quickly spiraled into something far more sinister. Multiple offshore accounts traced back to Jackie and Shantel were discovered, holding upwards of $300 million in laundered funds. Fake companies that claimed to support youth charities were actually funneling cash directly into luxury estates and private yachts. The so-called charity galas were thinly veiled money laundering operations designed to clean dirty money under the illusion of philanthropy. The news broke like wildfire. TMZ, The Shade Room, News, and every major gossip outlet couldn't stop reporting it. Social media erupted. Fans flooded comment sections with shock and betrayal. Jackie had me fooled this whole time. They really pulled the biggest scam in reality TV history. Even Basketball Wives castmates distanced themselves, issuing cold statements like, "We had no idea. We're heartbroken." Jackie's obsession with controlling her image had finally backfired. While she flashed expensive Birkin bags and 5-carat diamond rings for the cameras, the federal government was quietly building its case. The trial became the trial of the decade. Photographers swarmed the courthouse. Former friends were subpoenaed. FBI agents testified. And in the ultimate betrayal twist, Secret recordings surfaced of Jackie coaching Shantel on how to move money overseas. "You can't get caught, baby," Jackie allegedly whispered on tape. "Keep everything in your name and offshore. Don't be stupid like the rest of them." The courtroom gasped. The judge shook his head. Even Jackie's legendary poker face began to crack. Prosecutors laid it all out: fraudulent business deals, stolen investor funds, forged documents, and money laundering on an industrial scale. When Shantel was called to testify, she broke down sobbing. According to court transcripts, she told the judge, "I just wanted to make my mother proud. I thought we could control everything. I was wrong. We got greedy." Jackie, ever defiant, stood by her daughter's side but showed little remorse. "I'm innocent," she claimed to the media outside court. "This is just another attack on my family by jealous haters." But the mountain of evidence was impossible to deny. The jury deliberated for just 4 hours. Guilty on all counts: wire fraud, tax evasion, obstruction of justice, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and running an illegal enterprise under the guise of celebrity influence. The judge's statement was harsh and final. "This case represents the height of arrogance and disregard for the law. You used your fame to exploit and deceive people who trusted you. This court hereby sentences you both to serve your time in federal prison." And just like that, the glitz and glamour of the Christie Empire crumbled into dust. As Jackie and Shantel were led out of the courtroom in handcuffs, cameras captured the surreal moment. The once feared queen of basketball wives was now nothing more than inmate number 57291. Her daughter, equally disgraced, followed closely behind. Fans wept. Critics gloated. The internet exploded. But this was only the beginning. What came next would expose even deeper secrets about the Christie family's criminal web. The news of Jackie and Shantel's convictions spread like wildfire. Reporters camped outside the courthouse for days, snapping photos of every family member, friend, or former associate who dared to show their face. The Christie family, once a symbol of success in the world of celebrity basketball and reality TV, was now the centerpiece of the biggest scandal in entertainment history. But the drama was far from over. As soon as the sentencing was handed down, federal investigators made it clear the Christie case had only scratched the surface. There were whispers of even more players involved in the fraudulent empire Jackie had allegedly built over the years. From forged real estate documents to shady international wire transfers, the scandal ballooned into a global spectacle. Anonymous insiders leaked shocking details to every media outlet. According to sources close to the investigation, Jackie had recruited an elaborate inner circle to help her hide assets. The code name for this secret operation? Project Dynasty. The plan allegedly included opening fake LLCs in multiple states, setting up offshore accounts in the Cayman Islands, and even laundering cash through high-end art auctions and luxury jewelry purchases. One anonymous whistleblower spilled to an online gossip blog. Jackie was obsessed with not just being rich, but untouchable. She used lawyers, accountants, even old friends as pawns in her game. She once bragged at a private dinner, "I know the system better than they do. They'll never catch me." But catch her, they did. Shantel, though not as deeply connected as her mother, had allegedly been tasked with moving smaller sums of cash to avoid detection. Court documents detailed how she transferred nearly $12 million across 5 different bank accounts under aliases. Text messages entered into evidence showed her communicating with Jackie in coded language, like, "Drop the flowers at Grandma's house," which prosecutors said referred to offshore wire transfers. As the prosecution's case mounted, the world watched the courtroom drama unfold. Jackie's facial expressions became memes overnight. Fans circulated GIFs of her shocked reactions and cold glares during testimony. "I swear this Jackie Christie trial has more plot twists than an entire season of Scandal," one fan tweeted. "Jackie always thought she was the main character. Turns out she's the villain," another chimed in. Even late-night talk show hosts jumped on the frenzy. Comedians portrayed Jackie smuggling bags of fake money under her fur coat or passing envelopes full of cash to Shantel in parking garages. It was a humiliation Jackie never imagined and could never escape. But the real heartbreak came from the people who claimed to have been betrayed by Jackie and Shantel's schemes. A Los Angeles youth center claimed Jackie had promised them over $500,000 in charitable donations, which never materialized. A single mother said she invested her life savings into a beauty product line Jackie promoted on social media, only to have the company vanish weeks later. An elderly couple broke down in tears at a press conference, describing how they were tricked into investing in Jackie's fake real estate firm. "I just wanted my grandkids to have a better future," the woman sobbed. "Now I don't even have a home." The weight of these stories turned public opinion sharply against the Christies. Reality TV fans who had once celebrated Jackie's wild antics now felt disgust and betrayal. Jackie's castmates from Basketball Wives stayed eerily silent. The show itself went on indefinite hiatus. VH1 scrubbed several episodes from streaming services. Sponsors pulled out.
Publicists resigned.
Brand deals evaporated overnight. In a bizarre twist, even Doug Christie was dragged back into the chaos. Though cleared of any wrongdoing, Doug was forced to issue a formal statement. "My heart is broken. I had no knowledge of these actions. I have always stood for integrity and honesty, and I am devastated by what has occurred." Rumors swirled that Doug had filed for an immediate divorce and full legal separation. Paparazzi snapped photos of him looking visibly drained, avoiding media questions. Doug, once hailed as the loyal, soft-spoken husband, had now become collateral damage in Jackie's empire of lies. Meanwhile, Jackie and Shantel's legal team scrambled to appeal the conviction. But insiders said the chances of success were slim to none. The evidence was overwhelming. Federal prosecutors had compiled over 10,000 pages of documents, 87 witnesses, 24 hours of video and audio recordings, and hundreds of wire transfers that mapped. Would you like me to continue into the next section? Perhaps the shocking fallout or the post-prison bombshells? One fellow inmate claimed in an exclusive interview, "She kept pacing her cell, muttering about betrayal and being set up. It was like watching a queen stripped of her crown and thrown into chaos." Prison officials, unimpressed, placed Jackie in solitary confinement for 72 hours to calm her down. Meanwhile, Shantel reportedly broke down in tears during her intake process, sobbing to a guard, "I can't believe this is real. I don't belong here." But the system showed no mercy. No private glam squads. No VIP lounges. Just cold steel beds and beige jumpsuits. Behind bars, Jackie clung to the idea that this was all temporary, a setup that would unravel. But days turned into weeks, and the reality settled in. She was no longer Jackie Christie, the celebrity. She was inmate 57291. Outside, the frenzy only intensified. The Christie scandal became a social media wildfire. Influencers dissected body language from courtroom footage. Former co-stars from Basketball Wives began giving cryptic interviews, hinting that there was always something off about Jackie's money and business dealings. Podcastus released multi-part series titled The Empire of Lies, Jackie Unmasked and Prison Queens, The Fall of Reality TV Royalty. One even claimed to have interviewed a former employee who described offshore accounts in the Cayman Islands and private vaults filled with cash and designer goods. Then, a new wave of controversy hit. A former federal agent anonymously leaked that during the FBI's investigation, encrypted messages between Jackie and a mystery figure labeled only as R.S. were discovered. Messages allegedly containing instructions for moving assets overseas and a chilling phrase, "Burn the files if I go down." Speculation exploded online. Who was R.S.? Was it a lover? A co-conspirator? Another reality star? And then came the biggest twist yet. 3 weeks after Jackie's incarceration, an unsealed FBI document accidentally surfaced in a court filing. It referenced a person of interest, initials, D.C. Media erupted. Was it Doug Christie? The speculation was instant and brutal. Headlines screamed, "Is Doug next?" While fans split into factions, some defending the former NBA star, others demanding answers. Doug's legal team issued a swift and scathing denial. Mr. Christie has fully cooperated with all federal investigations, and is not under investigation. Any insinuation to the contrary is false and defamatory. But the damage was done. A Basketball Wives insider told tabloids Doug was dragged into this mess without lifting a finger. They used his name, his accounts. He's lucky he wasn't indicted. Still, the whispers wouldn't stop. Doug filed for divorce within 2 months. Citing irreconcilable differences and a complete breakdown of trust, he also requested full custody of their children, arguing Jackie's incarceration and criminal history made her unfit. The internet, once obsessed with Jackie's every red carpet look, was now consumed with debating whether Doug was a victim or a master strategist escaping a sinking ship. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds. Doug stood by her too long, one tweet read. She dragged him through hell. Now he's finally saving himself, another said. Others were more sympathetic. Jackie built an empire for her family. Now they've all turned their backs on her. Months passed. The frenzy calmed. Jackie and Shantel faded from the spotlight, replaced by newer scandals and fresher faces in the reality world. But the legacy of their downfall loomed. Jackie's empire, TV shows, endorsement deals, social media influence, was gone. VH1 canceled Basketball Wives indefinitely. Brands quietly pulled back. And the once loyal fans moved on, some leaving behind tribute videos, others sharing meme-like mugshot collages captioned, "From fame to felony." Still,